from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
I don't know why women should be taxed for just being women and something that women have to use. It's pretty ridiculous.
Do you consider tampons a luxury or a necessity? 40 states in the U.S. seem to say luxury with a tax on tampons. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Baim. Products that are considered necessities, like food and medical supplies, are usually exempt from state sales taxes, but tampons and sanitary napkins are not on that list. The tax on this basic necessity adds up and also generates annual income for the states who use it, like North Dakota. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic has more on what's being called a gender injustice.
Tampon tax. A law that classifies tampons and pads as non-essential luxury items. It's a movement that began in Europe and is now picking up in the United States. Here in North Dakota, there's a sales tax on just about everything.
Basically everything but prescription drugs, a couple items for diabetic equipment, and also bladder dysfunction equipment is subject to tax.
Canada was the first major country to halt the sales tax on feminine hygiene products. Maryland, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, and New Jersey are states that do not tax feminine hygiene products. The other 45 states either don't have a sales tax or don't consider tampons a necessity.
A number of states do not have a specific exemption, but those that do exempt the product normally have something that was passed by the legislature that specifically exempts the feminine products, and we do not have that here in North Dakota.
On average, women spend $70 to $100 on tampons and pads a year, something they don't consider a luxury.
I think that it should be, because it is something I have to purchase and it seems medical to me every month. It's definitely a necessity. My daughter would be horrified if she couldn't use them.
I feel like if women should be taxed for tampons, then men should be taxed for Viagra.
In Fargo, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
For more information on the tampon tax in your state, you should contact your state legislators to learn more. And we want to know what you think, and you can share with us your thoughts on our Facebook page. You can also follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you can stay informed throughout the whole day. Most of us had a clear blue sky to enjoy in Fargo, paired with what's still unseasonably warm temps for this time of year. Meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli joins us for a look at what you can see the rest of your weekend. Justin?
Yeah, thank you, Krista. Good evening, everybody. Well, we saw temperatures staying mainly to the upper 30s to near 40 into the Fargo area today. Partly cloudy skies becoming mostly sunny, and we were a bit breezy out there, especially later in the afternoon. Here's the current wind speeds. Everybody from the south, so it's a nice warm wind. Some areas mainly between 15 and 20, gusting to higher amounts, especially in Fargo. We're gusting to 35. Getting the temperatures up there, close to our average high, near 40 right now in Fargo, into the mid-40s out toward Oaks, and a little cooler out toward Bemidji, where they're into the lower 30s. So we had some sunshine, especially now as we're seeing the sun set off to our west out toward Jamestown. There is a few more clouds that'll move through for the night. Tonight we have a quiet overnight period, and down toward the Sisseton area, especially in portions of Marshall and Roberts County, a wind advisory in effect through the overnight period until 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to keep those clouds and that brisk southerly wind as we go through the overnight period, but temperatures overnight are going to stay very mild, mainly into the mid to upper 30s out there. And we are going to be very warm the entire week, a spring-like pattern that you might see in mid-April, but it's here already. I'll tell you about that coming up.
I won't complain about it coming early, that's for sure.
If you like 50s and 60s, it's the week for you.
Thank you so much, Justin.
Yep.
A West Fargo man was arrested for DUI after his car's OnStar system notified police of a crash where he hit a house. 24-year-old Dylan Jerger left the scene, but later came back and was arrested around 2:30 this morning. West Fargo police responded to 1508 3rd Street East, where they found Jerger's car had hit a house. OnStar notified police after it was unable to make contact with Jerger in his car. No one was injured in the accident. Damage appears to be minimal to the home, but a street sign was knocked down nearby. Two of the three GOP candidates in the race for North Dakota's next governor are set to square off tonight in this year's second debate. Republican candidates for Governor Rick Becker and Doug Burgum will take the debate stage shortly in Rugby. The debate organizers say that Attorney General Wayne Stenehjem hasn't accepted an invitation to physically be at tonight's debate. We'll have more coming up tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. And a big night in politics nationally, with 5 states holding primaries and caucuses as Trump and Clinton try to solidify their leads. We go now to our Washington correspondent, Kelly Meyer, who joins us with what we're seeing so far.
Today might not be as Super Tuesday in terms of the number of states, but it could still have a big impact on their current frontrunners, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Saturday will be a test to see if Mitt Romney's speech or the last debate will affect the Republican race. Today, Donald Trump was still grabbing the crowds and attention at rallies in Kansas and Florida, while he's expected to win in Maine and Kentucky. Ted Cruz is offering a tough fight in states like Louisiana and Kansas. Marco Rubio canceled campaign events in Kentucky and Louisiana and spent the morning at a conservative conference in Maryland. Rubio may not take away many states today, but could make a comeback in his home state of Florida in a week. The same goes for John Kasich in Ohio. He was seen campaigning in Michigan ahead of Tuesday's primaries. As for the Democrats, after Clinton's win on Super Tuesday, she's looking to get more states in the South, like Louisiana. Former President Bill Clinton campaigned for her today in Detroit. In Nebraska, a big turnout at the Democratic caucus. Bernie Sanders is putting up a fight there and in Kansas. How Democrats fare today could change the tone of Sunday's Democratic debate in Flint, Michigan ahead of the primaries, but more states will likely be cleared as Trump or Clinton territory when the day is through. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
So far for results, Ted Cruz is projected to win the Kansas Republican caucus with 51% of the votes. Donald Trump has 24%. Tax season is here, and while filing may be a pain, it doesn't have to be expensive. Under a new program, 70% of Minnesotans qualify for free filing services. The IRS teamed up with brand name tax preparation companies to provide their software for free. Those programs will help users identify which deductions and credits they're qualified for. The software includes programs TaxAct, H&R Block, and TurboTax. And a reminder, if you happen to get a demanding phone call or voicemail of someone claiming to be the IRS, you're not alone. In North Dakota, the Attorney General Consumer Protection Division has received hundreds, if not thousands, of calls about these scammers who demand you call them back or else. Scammers are using this busy time of the year to try and cash in on unsuspecting people. The calls and messages only seem to be ramping up, but you should ignore them and not call them back.
Now they know they've got a live telephone number and somebody that may be interested, somebody potentially to scare or hook into this scam.
If you fall for one of these scams and send money, the chances of you getting it back are very slim. The IRS never calls you. It's always through writing. An online silent auction is underway on Facebook for the family of fallen Fargo officer Jason Mosier. These two 12 by 36 photos by two local photographers are up for bid on the UND Police Department's Facebook page. Minimum bids for the individual items are $100, and subsequent bids are increments of a minimum of $5. Bidding is open until Tuesday at 9 p.m. Online silent auction rules are listed on the UND Police Department's Facebook page with this post. Cycling in style. Teams raced for the most miles while raising money for Habitat for Humanity. That's later on Valley News Live at 6.
And compared to Friday, we were 1 degree cooler, but still not bad for this time of year. A high of 40. We got more sunshine today, and that will be the trend as we go through the next couple of days. I'll tell you about that coming up.